Alright, you little demons, Jules here, and you know what? I'm delighted to say that today's video is brought to you in partnership with Surfshark. But you know what? More on that in a little bit. And let's face it, when it comes to films, it is all about the characters on screen. The heroes, the villains, the supporting cast. These are the people that make these tales come alive. But sometimes characters can be absolutely brilliant, yet we don't even get to see them because they reside on the cutting room floor. So let's take a look at them. As I'm Jules, this is WhatCulture.com, and these are the 10 best movie characters who only appear in deleted scenes. Number 10. Bobby, phone booth. In Joel Schumacher's Phone Booth, Colin Farrell plays a suave but smarmy publicist who feels like he's on top of the world. After receiving a call from a phone booth, he's informed by the caller that a sniper rifle is aimed directly at his head. For the next hour, the anonymous caller plays mind games with Stu, forcing him to face his inner demons and confess his deepest, darkest secrets in order to stay alive. In a deleted scene, we see Stu meeting one of his clients, Bobby, just before he steps into the booth. Bobby, played by Jared Leto, is an up-and-coming actor who is about to drop Stu as his publicist. By using a subtle but strategic manipulation, though, Stu convinces Bobby to change his mind. It's a very simple, short scene, but it's important since it highlights that Stu can effortlessly trick people to come around to his way of thinking without them even realizing it. The scene may not be necessary, but it's surprising why it was cut, considering it adds only 2 minutes to the film's pretty svelte 82-minute runtime. Number 9. Tom Hardy Stormtrooper, Star Wars The Last Jedi. Many viewers missed Daniel Craig's cameo in Star Wars The Force Awakens upon their first viewing, since the actor's face was hidden by a Stormtrooper helmet. So when it was announced that Tom Hardy would be portraying a Stormtrooper in The Last Jedi, viewers assumed that they could pinpoint the British star due to his distinctive dialect. But when the movie came out, fans were disappointed to learn that Hardy's character was cut. In the scene in question, Hardy plays a Stormtrooper who recognizes Finn while he's disguised as an Imperial captain. Although it appears the Stormtrooper is about to rat out his former ally, he congratulates him, assuming that he's just been promoted. It's never been specified why this scene got the chop, but viewers assumed that it was because the humor undercut the film's dark tone. This theory sounds reasonable since many comedic scenes were actually removed from the theatrical release. However, some viewers enjoyed this scene, saying that Hardy's banter helped humanize the Stormtroopers, who normally just come across as emotionless drones. Even though this confrontation is a little out of place, it's still far better than the scene where Luke milks an alien. Number 8. Sergeant William Candy, Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines. In Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines, a Terminator is sent from the future to protect John Connor on the eve of Judgment Day. When John realizes Skynet is going to launch its attack on humanity within a few hours, he heads to the military base where the computer software resides. Before John arrives at the facility, there was meant to be a scene showing the military higher-ups watching a preview of the first T-800 robot. In this clip, we see a man who serves as the body template for the Terminator, Sergeant William Candy, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger. Because Candy speaks in a jovial southern drawl, Officer Shelby suggests his accent wouldn't suit the Terminator. His assistant Sherwood Olsen replies by saying, "We can fix it," in a broad Arnie voice, implying that his dialect would be implemented into the Terminator model. Even though this scene is utterly goofy, it's intriguing to see the guy that the killer robot was based on. Should this scene have been included in the theatrical cut? Not a chance. But is it the most memorable moment in Terminator 3 now that you know it? Absolutely. Number 7. The Octopus, The Goonies. With Richard Donner as the director and Chris Columbus and Steven Spielberg as the writers, The Goonies was destined to become a classic. And after many decades, this family flick still proves to be among the most entertaining and quotable films of the 1980s. However, there is one line that confused pretty much everyone. When the kids tell the reporters and cops about their adventures, Data mentions that they fought a giant octopus. Because a battle with a colossal cephalopod sounds like something that one would remember, viewers just assume that Data was just embellishing his exploits. Little did viewers know that there was actually a sequence shot where the children do face off against a killer octopus. After the sea monster attacks the Goonies, Data shoves his cassette player into its beak, causing the creature to break dance to the song 8 Arms to Hold You. Yes, that is genuinely what happens. Number 6. The Ronin, Kill Bill Volume 2. The Kill Bill duology follows a former assassin who's hunting her former colleagues after they left her for dead. And after she picks them off one by one, she prepares to kill their leader and ex-lover, Bill. Even though Bill's presence can be felt throughout, we never actually see him fight, save for a few seconds in the climax. Because the showdown is disappointingly brief, viewers wish that they could see more of the titular villain in action. But anyone who checked out the extended version of Kill Bill Volume 2 bared witness to Bill in battle. During a flashback, we see Bill being challenged by a nameless Ronin. Refusing to back down, Bill makes short work of the Ronin, slaying him with minimal effort. Now, while the Ronin doesn't appear for long, he makes the most of his limited screen time. His deliberate overacting perfectly emulates the over-the-top performances that were the standard in old kung fu movies.
As we mentioned earlier, today's video is brought to you in partnership with Surfshark, who are our favorite VPN providers here at What Culture, because whenever we work together, I get to do fun stuff like this. How to partner promo code is, of course, g'day, mate. Anyway, by now you've all probably heard about the benefits of a virtual private network in allowing you to access your favorite websites, shows, and movies in other countries. But VPNs do so much more than that, and allow me to demonstrate that fact with my alter ego, VPN Man. You kidding me? Oh no! It's Dastardly Donkey! He runs websites that tailor prices depending on your location and browsing history, and sometimes he charges more if he really thinks you need it. But that's no problem for VPN Man. It's Payment Puppy! He runs banks that freeze your account if you try and access it from another country. Not today, Payment Puppy! VPN Man's here! Ugh, here's the grumpy giraffe. He's trying to ban Facebook and TikTok because he hates fun. How do you like this from VPN Man? Ow. Well, thanks to Surfshark, you can be the master of your own digital destiny across unlimited devices thanks to the incredible offer we've got with them. Simply click the link in the description and enter promo code WhatCulture for 83% off and 4 extra months for free. You can basically become your own VPN man, costume not included. Right, enough of all this, back to the video.
Number 5. The Robot Army, the Iron Giant. The Iron Giant begins with a colossal robot crash landing on our world. Because the giant was struck on the head when he arrived, he can't remember why he was actually sent to Earth. After a young boy befriends the giant, he worries the government will mistake the metal-eating robot as a weapon and so tries to hide him. But when the young boy aims a toy gun at him, the giant instinctively tries to murder him. In that moment, the pair realize that the giant was sent to Earth to kill everybody. As shocking as this revelation is, it was meant to actually be worse. In a deleted scene, we see the giant's dreams being picked up by a nearby television set. Dean, who's looking after the young boy, watches the TV and witnesses an army of iron giants attacking a planet, reducing it to atoms. Without this clip, viewers would assume the titular character is one of a kind, but with this sequence, we can see that there are countless robots destroying worlds across the universe. Although it's a powerful moment, it was probably too disturbing to include in a children's movie. Also, it's hard to root for the giant when you see him literally annihilating an entire world. Number 4. The Kid, Jaws. In Jaws, Chief Brody teams up with oceanographer Hooper and shark hunter Quint to track and kill a great white that is terrorizing the beaches of Amity Island. As soon as Quint makes his iconic chalkboard screeching debut, the audience can instantly tell that this is a guy you don't want to mess with. Before he divulges the horrors that he experienced during World War II, you know that Quint is an unpredictable and dangerous man. However, we nearly saw a very different side of the self-proclaimed shark killer. In a deleted scene, Quint walks into a music shop where a boy is playing a clarinet. As the kid performs Beethoven's Ode to Joy, Quint begins humming the tune as well. When the boy starts playing off-key, this doesn't seem to deter Quint, and instead it encourages him to sing louder and more operatically. This scene may be unnecessary, but it would be nice to include since it shows a more jovial and cheeky side to Quint. Also, Quint's confused reaction when the boy stops playing is genuinely hilarious and demonstrates the comedic talent of the actor in question. Number 3. Saruman, The Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. In the Lord of the Rings trilogy, the Fellowship find themselves at odds with the dark forces of Dark Lord Sauron. Because Sauron is an incorporeal spirit and never directly interacts with the ensemble, his servant Saruman the White serves as the series' physical antagonist. Throughout the movies, the White Wizard battles Gandalf, corrupts Theoden, creates the Uruk-hai army, and destroys countless Ents. Because of the evil he unleashes upon Middle-earth, fans couldn't wait to see Christopher Lee's character get his comeuppance. But in the trilogy's closing chapter, Return of the King, fans were astonished at what they saw, or more accurately, what they didn't see, because the director director, Peter Jackson, worried that Return of the King was too long, he cut over an hour of content, including the Fellowship's confrontation with Saruman. Christopher Lee was so devastated that his scene was axed, he didn't attend the film's premiere. Jackson did make it up to the esteemed actor by casting him in the prequel trilogy, The Hobbit, even though Saruman never actually appeared in the novel. And just to be safe, Lee jokingly asked Jackson during production whether Saruman could actually appear in the films this time around. Number 2. Darkseid, the original Justice League. When Zack Snyder was urged to walk away from directing Justice League in mid-production, Joss Whedon stepped in to finish it. Now, even though Snyder intended the film to be very long, Whedon was ordered by the studio to trim Justice League down to just 2 hours. Only upon watching the Snyder cut of Justice League did viewers realize that a lot of major characters were nixed. Even though the Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg's appearances in Batman vs. Superman felt like gratuitous cameos, most of the characters axed from Justice League were actually tied to the plot. However, it was the removal of Apocalypse's ruler Darkseid which had DC fans up in arms. The demonic despot isn't just another bad guy, he's the overarching villain of Snyder's proposed Justice League trilogy. In the Nightmare sequence, we see Darkseid will decimate the Earth in the future and turn Superman into his own personal minion. By removing Darkseid, the stakes are lowered dramatically, cutting any tension the story had. And number 1, Amanda Ripley, Aliens. Aliens begins with the Weyland-Yutani Corporation picking up Ripley's shuttle, where she has spent the last 57 years in stasis. When she awakes, the company rep informs her that his company has sent Marines to the Xenomorph's homeworld, and teaming up with an orphan girl named Newt, Ripley heads to the planet to exterminate the aliens once and for all. Now, because Newt is a child, it makes sense that Ripley is compelled to protect her, but in a deleted scene, the reason why Ripley bonds with Newt becomes far more profound. Since Ripley has been in stasis for half a century, everyone she knew is already dead. Even though her daughter Amanda was 10 when Ripley last saw her, this deleted scene shows our heroine discovering that her child died when she was 66. When Ripley sees a photograph of an elderly Amanda, she bursts into tears. Although we only see an image of Amanda, her appearance transforms the narrative entirely. Amanda's death urges Ripley to bond with Newt, not just as a protector, but also as a surrogate mother. When you acknowledge what Ripley has lost, it makes you understand why she didn't hesitate to march into the Xenomorph's home base alone to battle with the alien queen just to save Newt. And there we go, my friends. Those were the 10 best movie characters who only appeared in deleted scenes. I hope that you enjoyed that, and please let me know what you thought about it down in the comments section below. As always, I've been Jules. You can go follow me over on Twitter at RetroJ0, or you can swing by Live and Let's Dice, where I do all of my streaming outside of work, as well as my Warhammer content if you're into that sort of thing, and it'd be great to see you over there. But before I go, I just want to say one thing. Hope you're treating yourself well with love and respect, my friend, both physically and mentally, because you deserve the best things in life, alright? You are a massive ledge, and do not let anyone or anything else tell you otherwise, okay? I want you to go out there and absolutely smash it. As always, I've been Jules. You have been awesome. Never forget that, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.